Alright, so first we saw the 16-inch IdeaPad Gaming 3, then that of A16. So how could Acer isolate its Nitro series from the competition? So here we have Acer Nitro 16 with bigger display and more vertical space. This time Nitro 5 brings change on the outside as well as the mandatory updates to the internal hardware. Instead of making it more appealing for thin and light users, Acer has decided to go all in and battle the toughs and the IdeaPad Gaming 3 series. This year the Nitro 16 comes with a brand new yet controversial processor inside the 7735HS. This particular chipset is not anything different than a rebranded Ryzen 7 6800H, with the only difference being the slightly higher clock speed and TDP range. And for this RTX 4050 variant, I guess the pricing will be around 95k to 1 lakh INR. But first of all, a huge shout out to Notebook Specs for providing all these B-rolls, which made this video possible. Now this particular configuration features AMD Ryzen 7 7735HS and Nvidia RTX 4050, 16-inch 165Hz panel, 16GB DDR5 5200MHz RAM, and 512GB of SSD storage. Design-wise, this laptop is nothing kinda different from last year's model. Same red and white pattern on top lid cover, with the only notable change being the Nitro logo, which kinda go along the style of Acer Predator. Now we have to consider the fact that this is an all-plastic machine, but Acer has done a pretty good job in maintaining the structural integrity of the device. Though the lid is a little bendy, but overall the laptop is quite tough. As I said, Acer has taken a different approach this time, and the weight of this device is higher with 300 grams, up to 2.6 kilos. On opening the lid, you can see the very familiar keyboard layout. Here only two things have changed. First, the design of the air intake vent above the keyboard, and second, the bigger touchpad, meaning more touch space to work with and better gliding experience. Now for the ports on the left hand side, there are USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A ports, an RJ45 connector, an audio jack, and fortunately a micro SD card reader. Moving on to the right hand side, there are another two USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports, and on the back of the device, there are two USB Type C ports, one of which is a Type 4 connector with much faster transfer speeds. Moving up, there is a HDMI 2.1 connector and a power input. Now the major change in its display is the size. This is the first Nitro laptop with a 16-inch display. But it's not only about the size. The aspect ratio is also better, a 16:10, which offers more vertical space than a traditional 16:9 aspect ratio. It covers only 53% of sRGB color gamut, which makes this display not ideal for color grading and designing works. Cooling wise, you get a total of 3 heat pipes, 4 heat sinks and 2 fans. Now as we know, the 7735HS belongs to the HS series processors, so it will definitely provide better battery life. But in terms of performance, there is no significant improvement as compared to the 6800H. It performs nearly identical. Now I really appreciate that every year Acer improves something about the Nitro series in order to provide customers the best value for money gaming laptop. This laptop's pricing will be roughly comparable to that of the previous model, then I assume that it will maintain its position as a well-liked and affordable gaming machine. Therefore, if it becomes absurdly expensive for the performance, then getting this laptop is pointless. However, if it finds a perfect balance between cost and performance, then you better know what you have to do. Now, there will also be a complete in-depth review of this laptop on the channel very soon, where I will cover more detailed points like additional CPU benchmarks and will compare it with all other laptops. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you won't miss that one out. Now that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next one. Till then, stay awesome, keep spreading positive vibes. Peace out.